with the naming. Okay, so having done this, let's move a little further. Nikhil is also with us. Okay, let's see some more. Okay, let's see this compound. Please name this one. I've underlined this compound. Please identify the functional group in this one.
Sir, which question?
I have underlined it with the blue.
Oh, okay.
Is the
Yeah.
person aldehyde? Oh, no, like aldehyde is the.
Yes, it is the aldehyde. You are correct. This is the aldehyde. This is the CHO. Suffix is L. Okay. Please name it.
Prop?
So propene 2Al.
No. Propinal? Propinal?
So propene Al. No,
Propinal?
Yes. Propinal. You are correct. Prop in L. So let's number it and see what is the numbering in this. 1, 2, 3. And both the things, the functional group and the saturation, are present on the first carbon. Yeah, and hence the name propanal. Okay, that is the correct one. Moving forward. Okay, let's check this one. Let me highlight this on just a moment. Yes, let me highlight this. This last compound. Please check this one. CH3, CH2, COO, CH2, CH3. First of all, please identify the functional group.
OAT?
Yes, it is. It's a OAT and this is a ester.
Yes, sir.
Sir, pentanoid.
Pentanoate. Yes, please.
Sir,
See.
ethyl propionate.
Okay, so Utkarsh, please explain it. How did you derive that? Yes, please explain to us all how.
So the functional group is sir OAT, sir. And
Then?
sir, there are
Sir,
2 carbon atoms. So sir, they are sir ethyl, and there are sir 3 carbon atoms, so they are prop.
Okay, yes, almost correct. Please see, in the esters, when naming the esters, what we do is, let me tell you what we do. We write alkoxy alkanoate. Let me explain. Alkoxy alkanoate. Okay. Now you must be wondering, sir, what is alkoxy and what about alkanoate? So please see. In a ester, we have the group COO, and there are 2 different R's attached to this COO. One is this and the other is this. Okay, now the R which is directly attached to the carbon, the R which is directly attached to the carbon is the part of the parent chain. It is the part of the parent chain. Okay, and this part is named as alkanoate. This part is named as alkanoate. Okay, so this part, blue carbon, blue R, is named alkanoate, and this R, which is placed just adjacent to oxygen, that R is given the name of alkoxy. Alkoxy. It is given the name of alkoxy. Alkoxy alkanoate. Okay. Now, working on the same lines, if I have to tell you the name, derive the name of the given in the given question. So what we will do, please observe. This is the parent chain. This is the parent chain. And this parent chain consists of 3 carbons numbered as 1, 2, and 3. So the word root will be prop. Okay. Then the substituent, this is substituent. The R attached with the O, R attached with the O is the substituent, sub C. And this sub C is called alkoxy. This sub C is called alkoxy. Okay. And here, alkoxy means alk means the name of the alkane or the name of the alkyl group attached, and hence it is ethyl. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is alkyl alkanoate, not alkoxy. This is alkyl alkanoate, not alkoxy. Alkyl alkanoate, not alkoxy, but alkyl alkanoate. So it will be ethyl. Ethyl from here, and propanoate. I'm so sorry. This is propanoate from here. So ethyl propanoate. This is the final name. A little twisted, but this is the name. Ethyl propanoate. Any confusions, please ask me.
Sir, I said the same.
Yes, you did. Ethyl propanoate. Please write it down. There is a little change in it, and that little change is, instead of ethyl propanoate is very easy to write. This I comes in this case. Okay, ethyl propionate. So you will have to remember to put I, or if there are options, I mean, there will only be one option of propion weight. Both the options will not be there. So you just remember that I can be replaced here. I can be added here. Okay, that's it. So we have to add I here. And if you forget to put I in MCQs, you won't face any problems. You will get to know it as you see more examples. Won't be an issue. Can we move forward? Have you copied it down? Achha, even if you don't write I, this name is correct. Okay, let's forget about I. It will create confusions. Ethyl propanoate is an accepted IUPAC. Will do. Let's forget about I. It will confuse. Ethyl propanoate is the perfect name. Let me know when you have written this. Copied down this example. So after doing this, let's do this one. The one which is directly below it. I have outlined this compound with the red. Please name this compound.
Sir, I had a small doubt.
Yes, please.
Sir, between acetate and ethanoate, are they same? Acetate and ethanoate?
See, acetate is the common name. Okay. So we will not be using acetate in IUPACs. Acetate is a common name derived from acetic acid. We will not be using it in IUPAC. IUPAC has no place for acetate. So it's best to okay. Just a moment. Okay. Great guy. Security. Yes. So we won't be using acetate because acetate is a common name in IUPAC. All right. So you will see the common names only when you know about IUPACs a little bit. Okay. So let's not discuss common names right now. If you want to know what is acetate, I know you have seen acetate. Acetate is this. CS3CO. So these things are acetates. Okay. So let's not go into those, otherwise you'll get confused. Let's focus here. Please do the IUPAC. So what is the functional group here?
Sir, is it oxo?
No, it is not. So, and why are you telling me the prefix? Oxo is the prefix. It's not a functional group. Oxo is the prefix of a functional group, but it is not a functional group. Please tell me the functional group present here or the suffix of it. Let me show you the table for the help. And this is the table in front of you. Come on. Yes, anyone? Functional group? Can anybody identify the functional group?
Carboxylic.
Yes.
There is a
Carboxylic. Are you sure this is carbo? No, no, it does not. I don't see COH anywhere. See, this is the compound which we are talking about. I have I have underlined it with, outlined it with the red color. I have marked the arrow towards it. Come on. Can't you identify which functional group is it?
Sir, Nikhil is in the waiting room.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He's stuck in the waiting room. Okay, please identify. Come on, identify the functional group. Very simple. I have highlighted the compound, outlined the compound. Please tell me.
the ester.
Yes, yes, it is the ester. It is the ester. That is correct. So the suffix of the ester is come on. We just did 2 compounds of esters. Please try it. Let me show it. I'll show it to you. I just explained you how to do it. See, this is the
Sir,
this is how
ethyl.
you name. Okay, complete it. Ethyl. Ethyl is what? Prefix? What? Prefix or suffix? So this is how you name the ester. I have written ester over over the RCOR. Propene. Okay. Okay.
Ethyl.
Yes.
Propene ethyl 8.
Okay. See, whenever you are doing IUPAC, first the prefix will come. And then only the other things.
So ethyl propene 8.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. There is only one thing missing here. The rest all is correct. And that one thing is ethyl is correct prefix.
Sir, Nikhil again got disconnected.
Oh, what seems to be the issue with Nikhil today?
Sir, power cut, he says.
My God, how come his house is experiencing so much of power cuts? Okay. Yes. So Niranjan told us correctly that ethyl is here
Sir,
as the
Wi-Fi
prefix.
came back, so I joined.
Yes, Nikhil?
Sir,
Pardon?
my internet came back, so I was able to join.
Okay. So what seems to be the problem, Nikhil, at your end?
Sir, first the Wi-Fi went off, then I used another device as hotspot. Then hotspot stopped connecting, then I joined from mobile data. Now Wi-Fi came back.
Ah, okay. All right. No issues, child. So the example which we are dealing, which is at hand, Niranjan told us correctly that the prefix would be ethyl. Now, after ethyl would come the parent chain. We have to see the parent chain. This is the parent chain, and the parent chain is of
Sir,
prop.
ethyl propate. Sir, ethyl propate.
But what is ethyl propate? Prop 8. I mean, where is the saturation part? Child, prop, and then 8 is suffix. All right, I see that. Prop is the parent chain, but saturation is also there, isn't it? So ethyl prop 2 in. Please check. 2 in O8.
Okay.
Please see. Ethyl prop 2 in O8. Let's number it as well for your convenience. 1, 2, and 3. Please observe there is a double bond at 2. Okay, and hence prop 2 in O8. Please write down the correct name. So you have to be a little careful whenever a ester is there. Why? Because esters are a little bit complicated. They sound very big, and there are huge alkyl groups also, and their functional group is exactly in the middle somewhere, messed up. So you would have to see for that. Let's move forward. Okay, so let's do one more thing. Acha, cyclic I haven't taught you till now. Wait. Okay, do the IUPAC naming of this compound. This one. Although this seems simple, just do it. Come on, this is a simple one.
5-methyl hept 3-ene.
5-methyl hept 3-ene. Okay, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5-methyl hept 3-ene. Perfectly correct. That is the correct answer. 5-methyl hept 3-ene. Let's move forward. Okay. Try to name this one. First, copy this compound in your copy, then mention the carbon atoms at all the joints and intersections. Joints, intersections, corners. Just do that.
Sir,
Yes, please.
we should tell the IUPAC nomenclature.
Yes, please.
Sir, isn't it the same thing like the previous as the previous one?
Okay, okay. So please tell me its name.
1 second, sir.
Mhm.
Oh, it's not the same.
Sir, parent chain is 7.
Sir.
Okay, let's. Mhm,
Sir, 6 methyl.
mhm.
Sir, 6 methyl.
Yes, yes.
6 methyl hept 4-ene.
6-methyl heptafluorine.
Sir,
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
2 methyl. 1 second. 2 methyl 3. Wait. 2 methyl hept 3-ene.
Okay. Let's check. So the parent chain, let's first check the parent chain. This can be the parent chain.
So
Or
2-methyl
even-
hep4-ene.
Okay. Now, okay, you are saying 4-ene. All right. Interesting. Okay, now we'll have to number this. Let's start numbering. Now I'll be putting numbers from two sides. First side, I'll put numbers from left to right, and second side, I'll put numbers from right to left. Okay, so first one, I'm putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So definitely this is a hept. The parent chain is of hept. Now, if I follow the first numbering, I will call ene at 3 ene, and methyl at 2. That means Nikhil has told that answer. He has followed first numbering. Now, let's check the second numbering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if I take the blue numbering from this, what I understand is 4-ene and 6-methyl. 6-methyl and 4-ene. Okay. So here the priority is given to the ene saturation, because saturation is above a prefix. Okay. And that as well, 2, 3 are the lowest substituents. 4 and 6 both are greater than 2, 3. So this seems to be the correct answer. 2-methyl hept 3-ene is the correct answer. Okay. But Niranjan, how did you say 2-methyl hept 4-ene? I mean, when you are putting 4 in the ene, so methyl doesn't come at 2, or you forgot to take 3 instead of 4 in the ene.
No, sir, counting mistake.
Okay, okay. Utkarsh, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's move forward. Okay, another interesting molecule. Please name it. About 1 minute is left. Mhm. Yes, yes,
The
please continue.
The 2-dimethylheptene.
2-dimethylheptene. Okay. So let's rejoin and then we'll see whether this is correct or wrong. Please rejoin.